All right, you guys, Path, Purpose, Mission, episode 7. Today's episode is Don't Compare. Don't compare. And I say this to you guys all the time. If you watch me on TikTok, if you come to me on sessions, you know it's my number one rule. You cannot compare. It doesn't matter if you're looking for your mission, if you're trying to discover your purpose in this life, or are you on a specific spiritual journey. Don't compare. Comparison and competition, it's a fear-based mentality that we're being fed by this matrix and by this physical reality. But the truth is that it's fear-based. It's not feeding ambition. It's not feeding drive, as they tell us. It only feeds fear, because we all have our very unique, specific path, because we are unique beings. Every single person on this planet has a unique frequency, and that frequency is adjusted to our mission in this life. Why we came here. What did we come here to do? What did we come here to achieve? It's very unique, so you cannot compare. And I want to give you a couple of examples where I find that you guys often compare. And the comparison is linked to expectation from physical world, right? And this ties back to number one rule that Bashar gives us, and that I always remind you guys of this rule: act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no expectation of an outcome. So if you look at other people and you're going to start comparing, they do the same thing that I do, right? For example, then you think to yourself, it took them 2 years, right, to turn their mission into abundance, on to turn their mission onto something that they do for Pentacles on an everyday basis. I'm already on my year number 4 and I haven't achieved that. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Fear-based. It's a unique path. You cannot compare anything external. How much money someone makes on what they do, it's external. How much followers they have, it's external. How much customers they have, it's external. We cannot know the ripple effect that we create, and it's part of surrendering. So when we start comparing, it's fear-based, it's ego-based, and I say this to you guys all the time, and it's very sad because we are programmed to be in a culture where success, I've done so much content about this, where success is tied to external expectations. So we tend to believe more people who make more money, people who have more customers, people who have more followers. But it's not true. I can promise you right now that the wisest of us are somewhere hidden in the Shaolin monasteries or in a jungle, and they don't even speak to people, okay? Our path is very unique. And I say this to you guys all the time, especially to my beautiful ladies on a tweenie journey or any spiritual journey that are trying to really discover their purpose and discover their path. You cannot compare. Some of us were meant to work with masses, with many, many people. Some of us were meant to work with a specific group of people. Some of us were meant to work in solitude, right? It's our vibration. And it goes back to the first episode that I explained to you guys. Your mission is who you are, not what you do, not how much money you make of your mission. As you tap into your mission, universe will make sure that you will be abundant. But that abundance can come from variety of sources and in variety of shapes, right? So stop comparing how long it took someone, how much money they make on something, how much applaud they get from something. Part of our mission, when you talk about spiritual people, but these episodes are for everyone because we all have a mission in life, but specifically when you talk about spiritual people, part of our mission is to reach enlightenment, and that comes with humility. So if you yourself care about how many people listen, how many people applaud, how many people like and follow. And I know that it's a human thing to sometimes fall into that rabbit hole and start thinking that, oh my God, right? I'm not being successful, I'm not being heard, my voice is not being heard. But it doesn't really matter, you guys. It's a ripple effect that we create that changes this world. And again, I say this to you guys all the time. You can change the life of one person that through a ripple effect will create a change within millions. And you may think to yourself that you're changing life of thousands. but the change is not as deep, as profound as the one that you can create in one person. So don't compare. Don't compare. And if you want to stay with me here for a little longer, I want to give you a little analogy from my favorite show. If you watch me, you know that I oftentimes bring this show because I love this show, which is Stargate, right? So if you think about, if you've watched this show, if not, I'm going to bottom line this for you, but if you think about Daniel Jackson, it's a sci-fi show, who spent his life dedicated to a cause and to a research, right, about Egyptian pyramids and what was actually the purpose of Egyptian pyramids. And in his community, in an entire world, he was ridiculized. He was laughed at until the moment when he was discovered by the secret government military base and he started his journey, right? And how he changed the character of Daniel Jackson, how he changes the world and the life of so many through galaxies cannot be measured. But if you look at this physical world, he ain't rich, he ain't successful, he ain't famous, he ain't acknowledged, right? And it comes with humility. And maybe it's a silly example, but that's exactly it, you guys. That's exactly it. The value of a human being cannot be measured. Whether your mission is tied to helping one person and changing the life of one person, you've done your job and it's enough. Maybe your mission is just tied, and again, I've covered this in a different episode, but it ties into that comparison because some of us, yes, we're meant to work with masses, we're meant to be heard, we're meant to have platforms, we're meant to organize seminars, right? Not necessarily spirituality, but maybe an activism in politics. That's a journey of some people. But path of some of us is just to be, because ultimately your mission, your purpose is to be. And when your mission is to be, sometimes you just sit in your energy and you emit specific energy that motivates others without you knowing. They might never say this to you. They may never acknowledge this, but you may inspire people to believe in love, to be authentic, to believe in yourself, right? So don't ever compare. Don't ever look at other people, and especially if you're on a 20 journey, how long was the separation for you? How did it happen for you? This journey is very unique. The journey of spirituality, the journey of discovering one's path and one's purpose is very unique, is very specific. So quit comparing. Focus on your basket. It's this basket analogy, right? You were given exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose. The gifts you carry within, the characteristics you carry within, they were given to you specifically so you can fulfill your mission to the best of your abilities. So focus on that. Your mission is not someone else's mission. So it makes absolutely no sense to compare.